How we doing today, man? As you can tell by the title of this video, this is my biggest trading day ever. My biggest one ever. Maybe you've seen some bigger P&L amounts on my videos and stuff like that, but this is my biggest day because it's on an Express account, something that actually matters if I, had the balance to take a payout, which I don't right now. But I've never had this big of a day on an Express account. I've had bigger days on paper, on a combine, but I've never had a day this big on an Express account. And let me show you why. Because I've never taken a winning trade, especially on this account. This is my second Express account ever. More than $200. 200, 100 winning day, 200, 130, 200. This is my biggest winning day ever, $360. And that is crazy to me. Or not crazy, but it's really cool. I'm really happy with it because, dude, we've had a really rough month. And if we take another win of this size, we are even on the month and we can get into profits. So we've built a little bit more of a buffer. We have $900 to draw down the account again, and we have $900 to make back before we can, be in profit, which isn't my main concern. It's just about taking better trades. But wow, man, we're just getting back to where we need to be, and we're starting to do better. So this week was amazing. This was my best week I've had in so long. I think you guys can tell that my mind frame has just been better. I've been a lot more positive. I've been a lot more determined to do the right things. The only thing I think we could have done better this week, and not even better, the only thing we missed out on this week was this long right here on the 5-minute fair value inversion, right? We could have gone long here and printed. We just didn't take it. It was FOMC day, and we're not mad about that. And we came back Friday, and we took a great trade when I thought it was going to be a zero trade week. So really, really happy with the mindset shift, following the rules, doing everything. But we haven't taken a loss yet following the plan. So that is the next piece, right? What are we going to do when we get punched in the face, right? What are we going to do? I don't know yet, right? But I do want to say, and I'll go over the trade and why I took it and everything like that. Obviously, I'll show the video of the trade. But again, losing is going to happen at some point, and how do I respond to the loss? When I follow my plan, when I follow all the stuff, will I spiral? Will I take a dumb trade? Will I force anything? That's the plan, right? That's the goal. What happens when I don't? What happens when I lose, right? Because it's easy to win. Well, I'm happy with how I won today too, because I held my trade. That's better than I've ever held it. So really, really positive stuff. This is what I need to do to become profitable. Just do this every single day. Not win, but do this process. Wait for a trade, be calm, take something that makes sense, and move on with your day. So we actually did hit on our code. We have hit the $500 mark. Wow. So I will be doing the giveaway whenever the money hits my bank account. So because I can't currently I can't afford to do a giveaway, but the giveaway will happen. So everyone, I will make the list of the people that are eligible for the giveaway, and you have to just be in the Discord to get the giveaway. And we're gonna spin a wheel on one of the live streams one day. I'll let you guys know, but the giveaway is locked in. There's nobody else that can enter the giveaway. So if you didn't send in, use my code and send it in, then there's no giveaway. But I'll do another one. Next time I make another $500, I'll do another giveaway. So keep screenshot and send it to me. If you use my code on Alpha Futures or Apex, just screenshot and send me a picture of you use my code, right? It means a lot. Helps me out a lot, right? This is my source, a good source of income to pay for accounts. And I mean, I don't really blow through accounts, but it helps me out, right? So use my code if you're going to get an account, code Diego. It means a lot. But again, I just wanted to tell everyone because I've been talking about this giveaway and it's finally here. So I'll let you guys know. Yeah, I'll make the list and we'll do the giveaway at some point, and then we'll do the giveaway on Monday, right? We'll just do the giveaway on Monday, but I'll actually pay you or send whoever wins the money whenever I can afford it. But yeah, it has happened finally. I've been talking about this dang giveaway for so long. So cool. What happened today in the trading market, right? What was I looking at? And what did we learn? We learned a lot today. We kind of missed out early in the morning. We did not get the shorts. We did not get shorts. And I'll kind of go over that. So what was the idea coming to the day? Well, on the higher time frame, let's just full screen this. On the higher time frame, the 1 hour is looking really clean today, and the 4 hours looking really clean today. What did we have overnight? And of course, on the bank holiday, we run out the obvious draw on liquidity, right? Equal lows, perfect equal lows, mind you. Boom. Sweep the high, displace, hold the fair value gap, displace, hold the order block, displace, boom, runs the low, immediate, off open yesterday, off market open last night, immediate move up, right? What else do we have? We have this 4 hour fair value gap that we trade to, immediately holds, and displacement higher. What do we have here? We have FOMC high, right? The 14 o'clock. That's 2 o'clock. FOMC gets released, and we have this daily high. I believe it's a daily high. Yep, a daily high. So 4 hour looks really clean. We sweep the low and we displace higher. So before the day started, I was really bullish, looking for this. I was looking for this high to get met. What do? We drop down to the hourly, right? Still, again, this is FOMC. This is FOMC's high. And I was looking at this, and I wanted to see this at some point. What do I look at coming to market open? Well, we didn't sweep out these lows. So this was the 4 hour gap we traded to, but we had this low, which is London or Asia low, and we had London low right here. So we had London and Asia low right above and beneath each other. We had no SMTs. What happens in the market? We have just displacement. So this is the 7 o'clock candle, 8 o'clock candle. This is 9 a.m. open. We had the Judah swing higher and we sold off. So we Judah swing higher and sold off. What else was I looking at? Again, London Asia low. We were above. We had this displacement. We never pulled back. I wanted to see us pull back to a fair value gap to end up going long because I wanted to long to these highs, ideally, and then this high. So why did I miss out on longs? Why did I miss out on shorts? So we end up holding this 5-minute gap. It wasn't a big enough pullback for me to take a trade. It was the obvious draw on liquidity was higher. But if we see the 5-minute gap right here, we traded off market open. This was before market open. We ran out the draws on liquidity. So we took both draws on liquidity before market open. Market open on this candle. We dropped down and swept this low. We made a just held the 5-minute again, and then pushed up a little bit higher, right, to make the resweep. At this point, I should have realized at this point something. And what was it that I should have realized? I should have realized this. I should have realized we had this SMT. And I did realize this. I knew we had the SMT with ES. And let me show you guys. S&P 500. We had not swept FOMC high. So right here, right away, we had this. We had the SMT, whereas ES did not sweep these highs, NQ did. Right, as you can see right here, ES did not sweep them. So that's bearish. But we got so close to the other highs right here that I expected us to run these. I think that'll become the draw on liquidity for next week. That's the main target. But I was expecting those highs to get taken. So I didn't want to short. The best short opportunity to start the day would have been 3 options. Either here, this first gap right here, we hold and then we displace here. You could enter here. You could also enter on the first presented gap right here, getting closed below right here. Trades up, stalls, holds, drops. Or last fair value gap to wait to break. You could have waited for the 30-second gap here and you would still gotten a great trade. And these were the short opportunities that I missed, that I ended up missing out on. So right here, boom, could have got in, stopped like here or something, or here, and targeted this wick and then held runners. And that's a very fantastic trade that I didn't get. I didn't get any of these. And looking back, I need to give more weight to the SMT, but in my mind, I didn't want to short until we got above this high because I just, expected us to get that high. I really did. So I'm like, cool, we didn't get it. I'm expecting at this point to still take a long. So I'm looking, where am I looking to get long from? Because I'm not just going to long anything. Well, we have a 30-minute gap right here that we could hold. We have a 30-minute gap here. We have an hourly gap. Let's see what happens. And we end up just displacing through everything. No pullbacks, 5-minute gap holds, drops. We inverse. I was going to look to get long in this gap under here, right, with these lows getting swept. But we end up inversing it, and then we end up holding. I was going to see if this 5-minute broke to the upside. We end up holding fair value gap, dumping, and we displaced through Asia and London low. So at this point, I'm like, cool, can't do much about it, but we have an SMT get put in, right? So if we look at ES right here, and we end up selling off through it, but right here where I took my trade, we end up having this. So we ended up sweeping London low right here on this candle, but we left an SMT with Asia low that we ended up running. That's why we're actually now running higher. I expect the draw on liquidity now to be here, right? I think that will move here on ES. But anyways, we had the SMT at the time when I took my trade, which was in the 11:10 macro, or the 10:50 to 11:10 macros when I took my trade. Man, I shampooed my hair so it looks like garbage. But so what happened here on NQ? We swept out every low, And we swept out the low that mattered a lot to me, which was what? This low right here. We swept out here, right? What happened? This is market open. This is market open on Friday, right? This is Friday night or Thursday night, market opened right here. But this is the first 1 minute candle. We rip up and we get into, we have this low. I'll just mark it out like this. We have this low, which is the first candle after open. And then this one is the first like choppy candle, right? So we end up sweeping out all of the liquidity in the marketplace from today, right here. We end up sweeping all of it. At this point, right, I don't need us to come all the way down here if we get a rejection because we swept Asia low, we swept the overnight low. The first part that, you know, liquidity is actually getting generated here. This is just an impulse move up off open, whatever algorithm, whatever you want. So then that brings us to the context here. We had just been selling, right? We had sold off from the high of day. We had sold off 1.5%, 1.6%, 354 points. Do I expect us to just keep falling through the floor? I don't. We hadn't ran a single, and this is the framework for the long I took. We have not ran a single high yet, high that we left. After leaving highs, right? We left this high. We left this high. We left this high. We left this high. We left these equal highs. We left, which I think is going to be a draw on liquidity as well. We left this high. We left, I keep doing that. This high, right? You get the point. Also, what else do we leave? We left equal highs here as well. Relative equal highs as well. So I'm thinking, okay, at some point, what hasn't happened yet? We haven't inversed a gap. We haven't got a single fair value gap entry. So cool, we can't lose a trade yet. What happens here? We end up putting in a fair value gap, and we end up inversing it. And yes, there's a gap above. So what happened? Why did you take the trade? I took it off the 2 minute. There's one gap. We close above. We end up having a little bit of drawdown. We come back down, and we come up. We hold really strong. And this candle here, I knew I was going to take profit. So this was the trade. I entered long right there. I had 4 contracts, which is the size I use. Stop at the low, 41 points. We were targeting this high, and we scaled 1 off at this high, and then we scaled 2 off at this body high, and then we held the runner to this high. So I'll pull up the trade execution now for the watch. Here we go. So this thing is a beauty, man. This is a beautiful trade. So we stay patient all day. So I'm really, really happy with today because I stayed patient literally all day for a setup. And I didn't FOMO anything. I didn't whatever. I stayed so patient. I waited and everything made sense. And this is how I'm supposed to trade. This is how I'm going to trade and succeed, is by waiting for it to be obvious. This is a setup I would screenshot. This is a setup that makes sense. I have all the confluences, SMT, higher time frame. Everything is in my favor on this trade. And that's what I need to wait for. Those are the opportunities I need to wait for in trading. So if I did hold my entire trade to that high, I would have made $644. Wow. That would have been big. But, dude, we made a lot of money on this trade for my account. I'm really happy with this. Imagine if I did this across 5 accounts. 4 micros, 5 accounts, not impossible. 5 times 360, that's $1,800 in one day. That is life-changing money for me, for a guy like me. So I'm sitting in the drawdown, and one thing I wanted to note or talk about was I completely accepted that this was my one trade for the day. If it wins, I win. If it loses, yes, that would suck. I was going to be a little bit upset that we lost, right? I would have been like, that stinks. I would have been mad. I would have been upset. But I accepted. This is the trade. I like it. I'm in the trade. I'm going to let it play out. I could have got scared here. Oh, we're running through this for sure. We're going to lose. I should just close it out for a $170 loss, right? Cut my loss early, right? Cut your losers short, right? No, I'm not going to do that. I already accepted in my mind this is going to either stop me out or I'm going to hit my targets, because that's all that matters in trading. Do I hit my targets or do I not? So at this point, I'm like, it looks really bad. In my mind, this is really bad. It's not going to win. I am done. I'm toast. That's what I'm thinking in my head. I am done. It's over. So what happens? we have that candle and it closes. I'm like, oh, that's actually, I was like, man, like this is actually pretty good, dude. But I was like, I need some momentum, right? And then this next candle just kind of stalls around. And I'm like, cool. And then it closes. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty good close. We're holding the midpoint, the inversion. Like, I was saying live time, I'm like, I got on the trade. I thought it was like a minus 150 to hit. And then when this candle came out, I'm like, we're plus odds now. And then this candle came in. I'm like, you know what? We're back to minus odds. Like, this thing is going to hit. As soon as I saw this green, I'm like, that's all it takes. Just got to flip right here. This looks perfect, right? No way we don't hit the equal highs. And cool. We end up waiting. I'm like, cool, this looks good. I'm up $108. I could just close it. I haven't had a winning day in forever. I haven't won a single trade this week. So what do? I wait. Cool. We just do our thing. We do our thing. Boom. We end up setting a limit order for this high just because. So we end up securing 25 points there. And then we end up securing another little bit here when it pushes up. And again, I trail my stop now to that low. Why do I trail it there? Because it shouldn't come back down here. It should not come back down here. We rebalance to this fair value gap. We should not come back down after running this high. So boom, take profit. 2 gets hit. Now I'm up. I secure. Look at my face, man. I'm smiling like an idiot. We secure our $200 day, which doesn't really matter, but it's just nice. And then I hold my trade. But there's the part of this that I really want to emphasize. So I end up trailing my stop so that I could guarantee myself a $200 day. But this is where I want to emphasize, right? I'm in the trade. This is my target, right? This is my target. I say something here, right? Boom. On this candle here, I wanted to close the trade because ES was running out my target. So I'm up 100. You can't really see it, but I'm up $117 on this trade, right? Good. What do? Do I close it? ES took out my target. That's an SMT. We could just sell off. Or do I hold my trade and make an extra 60 or 50 bucks? That's the dilemma. That's the hard part. So what happens? The market's going straight my direction. We had a little bit of drawdown by entry. Boom, straight printing up. First sign of resistance. But what's happening here? And I'll go over this. So I'm going to speed through. So I hold my trade, and then, okay, I hold my trade. Cool. We hold like a champ. We don't trail stop, nothing. Boom, we let it run, and let's just watch this thing hit TP together here. It's running. It's getting close. Edges it a little bit. And at this point, I'm like, it's 150 bucks. Do I really care to like get that extra little bit? But I was like, you know what? It's gonna be more important for me to hold and get this take profit than it is to make the 150 bucks that we're up right now. And we hold, and boom, this candle comes in, almost gets it, and then boom, I'll probably sell right here. And then boom, we got it. And look, I'm not even like ecstatic. Why? Because I followed my plan. This was what was supposed to happen. I'm happy because I don't really win like that often, but I followed my plan. So I wasn't like shocked. I wasn't surprised. It was, I did my plan. I got rewarded. So what do I want to talk about here in this trade? We had an SMT with ES here. So this is the 1043 high, and this is the 1120 high, right? Let's take a look at this. We had the 1015 high, or 10 whatever. This is the high that I was targeting ES, or an NQ. And we had this, 1119. So look at this. We create an SMT, a bearish SMT at this time against my trade. So I wanted to close the trade. But what actually ends up happening here? Yes, we could have sold off from here. But because I didn't close the trade, I made an extra 20 points, extra 25 points. That's big. That's very important in the long run. What's actually happening here? We're pulling back to a 5-minute fair value gap. After we inverse this 5-minute gap, we're holding the 5-minute inversion. We're pulling back to the gap, and we're going higher. That's how the market moves. The market doesn't go straight up and down, right? It's not a Bruno Mars song, straight up and down. It doesn't work like that. Not going to work like that. So why do I get so scared? Because I'm so used to coming down, stop me out for nothing. So I'm thinking about all I'm going to lose rather than what I'm going to gain. And I end up gaining, again, another 17 points. That goes a long way in trading. It really does. And I'm super happy I held the trade. So shout out Mike. I'll show you guys his YouTube. Shout out this guy, man, because he was yelling at me to hold my trade. Right? He was telling me, hold your trade. Go give this guy a subscription. He's a great trader, and he was like, dude, follow your rules. Don't be an idiot. And I wanted to be an idiot bad, but I was like, you know what? I have to lock in. I have to make a change. And that's what we did today. We got a lot better, and this week was a lot better. I followed my rules every single day this week. I didn't lose a single trade. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I mean, like, it's looking better. It's looking better for your boy. Again, like, I wanted to close the trade with SMT, and guess what? Normal market behavior. We came down, we swept out this low, and we continued in the trend. So cool. Eventually, it would have came and stopped me out, but right, you don't have to get the whole piece. You just have to be smart, right? Be smart with your take profits. That's 80 points. It's 2-to-1 risk reward, right? You could have had to stop maybe here, but that's like pretty tight. Cool. I'm happy with this trade. I'm happy with this day, and this is it. This is all it will take. Maybe I'm not profitable right now with my strategy, but this is all it will take is a commitment to the process, commitment to waiting for my setup. What did I do well today? I didn't FOMO shorts because I missed an entry. I didn't FOMO and try and revenge and take a stupid long that didn't make sense. I waited for everything to be in my favor, and probability played out in my favor. It could have lost, right? And I have to accept that. That's why when I took this trade, I know myself, I wouldn't want to lose, but I was like, cool, I'm fine losing, because that's part of it, right? I'm taking this trade, I'm putting on risk, I'm accepting that. I really am getting better at accepting risk. Just accepting risk. Okay, cool, I'm accepting. If I lose this trade, so be it, right? It will suck. My account will be pretty much cooked, because if I lost $300 something, my account would have like no drawdown left. We would be almost cooked, but I was like, cool, if I lose, I lose. And that's the same thing next week when we show up. Yes, it will suck to lose. I mean, if we take a trade and we lose all the profit we made today, that will suck. But if I follow my plan, I take the proper trade, I hold it right, then I did what I was supposed to do. So I have to remove myself from the idea of making money, passing accounts, getting payouts, and just trade because it's trading. It's not money. It's not execution. It's what do you see? What do you do? And that's where we're going to have to get to. So really happy about this. We're finally making some jumps, and we can hopefully we just got to build on it, right? You can't be good. You can't be great one time. You got to be great all the time. And that's what we're trying to do here. And great week. We couldn't have gone any better. Really, really happy with that. Yeah, man. Club World Cup this week. If any of you guys are going to any of the round of 16 game for the Club World Cup, I'm going to the one in Miami. Hopefully Madrid will be there. And I'm also going to one in Orlando. So maybe you guys are going to be there. I don't know. But I'm excited for that. Excited, man. Great time to be alive, right? Tell somebody you love them. Go outside, enjoy life, be somebody, do something, get off the charts. If you had a bad day, we've all been there, right? It's just a bad day. Just keep going, keep working on the skill, and keep taking accountability. Try and always find new ways to take accountability. Even if you're taking accountability for something that isn't even your fault, find a way to take accountability for it. It's the only way you're going to succeed. Stop crying about somebody else's success or failures. It's on you, right? Accept everything and be better. So that's all I really got for you guys, man. I appreciate everyone. Please subscribe, like the video, comment. Let me know how you guys did this week. This was a really weird week. I'm so glad this week's in the books because it worked out well. We had a great winning day, and we got out unscathed on FOMC and a bank holiday on midweek. So I'm glad that this week's over. I cannot wait for next week. And yeah, man, use my code if you're going to buy an Alpha Futures. We only have like a week left where on the advanced plans, the advanced Alpha Futures plans, there's no activation fee. So if you pass the combine, you don't have to pay an activation fee. So that's all of June. It will run out obviously when June ends. Use my code. It helps me out. It helps you out. And I will see you guys in the next video, man. I appreciate everyone that watched this video today. Yeah, let's see. I got nothing else, man. Have a great weekend. Peace.